Doctor?
Doctor.
Hey, hello and hola, bonjour, konnichiwa. Welcome to Folksy, let's give a big hurrah. Songs and singing and talking we might do. Welcome to Folksy, now let's sing a few.
Welcome to Folksy.
Welcome to Folksy again, and this time we have Sandra with us, who's been on the road again, bringing home the bacon. She's working with Teacher Academy.
I'm glad to be back for this week. I got to go out again, but I'm glad to be back for this week.
And tell us a little bit briefly about Teacher Academy, what it is and what you do.
Okay, well, it's the North Carolina Teacher Academy. The office is in Durham. The concept of Teacher Academy is teachers who are actually in the classroom going out and training other teachers in various and sundry things, all the way from technology to literacy, reading, brain-based learning, multiple intelligences, differentiated instruction, all kinds of stuff.
Sounds awfully high-minded to me.
Yeah, well, the idea is that teachers come in for a 5-day session.
Now, why do they come in? I mean, why do they just say, oh, I want to be a teacher or academist, or what?
They come in to learn about a particular topic.
But isn't it because their school is not doing well?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily?
Not necessarily, because they can actually come as a team, not as a whole school. And so it doesn't necessarily mean that.
Okay.
It can mean that, but it doesn't necessarily
It can, but it doesn't have to be.
Right, right.
Okay, all right.
But anyway, they come in and we feed them and house them and actually give them a daily stipend.
Good.
And besides that, they get CEUs, they get credits.
That's wonderful, but you do not give them wine, do you?
No, we do not give them wine. That's against state policy.
I got you. Well, we're down at Nags Head, if you haven't gotten that, figured that out yet. The cottage is in the background, the sound and so forth. This is the 4th of July weekend, and we wanted to record at least one of the shows down here, although we have another one to show you. But anyway, this week's show is going to be songs about wine. Now, we're not big wine drinkers. Matter of fact, I don't think Sandra drinks wine at all, and I may have a glass with a meal from time to time, but the songs that we're going to sing actually deal with wine and its effects and how it has become a folk topic, a folk song topic over the years. I mean, there's tons of them, and of course the first one that comes to my mind, although it's not a folk song, but it was a real popular song, is The Days of Wine and Roses.
There was actually a movie, The Days of Wine and Roses, and it was actually quite sad because it did deal with the effects of too much of this stuff and how devastating it was in one person's life.
Okay, well, a couple of the songs say the same thing. So let us go right ahead with our first song. This is a song that has been around a long time. I didn't look up who the author was, but it's a traditional folk song. It's been around. Judy Collins was the version that I learned. Okay. And of course, it's called Bottle of Wine.
Bottle of Wine.
Bottle of wine, fruit on the vine. When you gonna let me get sober? Leave me alone, let me go home. Let me go back and start over.
Well, I rambled around this dirty old town, cold and dark as a mine. I'm getting rough, I ain't got enough
to buy a little bottle of wine. Bottle of wine, fruit on the vine. When you gonna let me get sober? Leave me alone, let me go home. Let me go back and start over.
A little hotel older than heck, cold and dark as a mine.
Blanket so thin I lie there you gonna let me get sober? Leave me alone, let me go home, let me go back and start over. Well, the preacher will preach and the teacher will teach, the miner will dig in the mine. I ride the rod, trusting in God, drinking my bottle of wine. Bottle of wine, fruit on the vine. When you gonna let me get sober? Leave me alone, let me go home, let me go back and start over. Well, pain in my head and bugs in my bed, my pants as old as they shine. Out on the street, tell the people I meet to buy a little bottle of wine. Bottle of wine, fruit on the vine. When you gonna let me get sober? Leave me alone, let me go home, let me go back and start over. Let me go back and start over.
That's an interesting song. Bottle of wine.
Yeah. The message there, of course, is that someone's life is kind of destroyed there because of that bottle of wine
Yeah, but,
again.
but it's kind of, you know, it's sort of a happy destruction. I mean, you know, you got a verse here that says, "A blanket so thin, I'll lie there and grin." You know, and that sort of thing. So the preacher will preach, the teacher will teach. He says, "I ride the rods, trusting in God." So you know,
Yeah.
it's kind of a sort of that hobo mentality. This
yeah.
song is in
Yeah.
particular. You know, it's, I like
Yeah.
the song. You know, it's been around a long time.
All right.